Before we start, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Now picture this. A man stands on his porch, smiling, calm, looking straight into the camera. He says his wife and daughters are missing. He pleads for their return. But what the world didn't know was, they were already dead, buried in a shallow grave, dumped like trash, by the very man who'd just gone on national television to lie. This isn't just a story about murder. It's about the darkest mask a person can wear. This is the story of Chris Watts. Chris and Shannon Watts seemed like the perfect couple. Shannon was vibrant, smart, a devoted mother, a rising star in her Mellem company, always posting cheerful videos with her daughters, Bella and Celeste. Chris was quiet, steady, a good father, always smiling in the background. On social media, their life was full of laughter, vacations, family dinners. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. Shannon was the breadwinner. Chris seemed withdrawn. Their finances were strained. Still, they looked happy. Or maybe, they tried to look happy. In May 2018, Shannon got pregnant again. A baby boy. She was thrilled. Chris? Not so much. While Shannon planned their future, Chris was planning a different one. He had started an affair with a coworker, Nicole Kessinger. It was intense, passionate. She thought he was separated. He told her he had two daughters, but never mentioned the third baby on the way. They went on dates, took weekend trips, sent intimate messages. Chris started working out, changed his diet, became distant at home. Shannon noticed. She wrote in messages to friends, "I don't know who he is anymore." In early August, Shannon took the girls on a trip to North Carolina. Chris stayed behind. He barely called, barely texted. When Shannon returned on August 13th at a.m., her friend Nicole dropped her home. That would be the last time anyone saw her alive. Later that morning, Nicole grew worried. Shannon missed a doctor's appointment, wasn't replying. Nicole drove to the house, knocked. No answer. She called the police. They arrived. Chris showed up shortly after, calm, cooperative. He let them in. Shannon's purse was inside, her phone, her car, the kids' medicine. Nothing was missing, except Shannon and the girls. The police began an investigation. Chris gave interviews, appealed to the public, hugged neighbors. But body cam footage told another story. He was pacing, sweating, dodging questions. The mask was slipping. The next day, Chris failed a polygraph test. Then came the bombshell. He admitted to killing Shannon. At first, he said it was in a rage that she had killed the girls and he retaliated. But that was a lie. He had killed them all. Strangled Shannon in bed, then took his daughters, still alive, to a remote oil field. And one by one, he ended their lives, then buried Shannon in a shallow grave, dumped the girls in oil tanks, all while texting coworkers, acting normal. The nation was horrified. A man who looked so normal, so quiet, so perfect dad, turned out to be a cold-blooded killer. The footage of him pleading on the porch, now sickening. Nicole Kessinger cooperated with police. She said she had no idea. She was vilified, harassed, forced to go into hiding. The public wanted answers. Why would he do this? And Chris? He offered none. Chris Watts pleaded guilty to all charges. No trial, no death penalty, life in prison without parole. He now lives in isolation, seen rarely, write letters, read the Bible. Says he has found God. Some people write to him, others hate him. He never apologized directly. He says he was possessed, lost, broken. But nothing can explain what he did. Chris wore the ultimate mask. He smiled, he joked, he hugged his kids, and then, he took their lives. Not in a moment of rage, but with planning, with intention. He wanted freedom, a new life, a clean slate. But instead, he left a trail of devastation. This case isn't just about murder. It's about what we ignore, what we don't ask, what we don't see behind closed doors. Shannon was vibrant, hopeful, loving. Bella and Celeste were full of life. and they deserved better. So if this story moved you, comment below. Justice for Shannon, Bella, and Celeste, because the real monsters don't always look like monsters.